I bet you didn't know how much history can actually teach us about survival. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. History isn't just dates and dusty books, it's a living guide to survival. The world wars reshaped not just nations, but the way humans prepare, fight, and endure extreme conditions. For the serious survivalist, the trenches of World War I and the chaotic fronts of World War II aren't just stories. They're case studies in resourcefulness, strategy, and resilience. Understanding how soldiers lived, hid, and moved across these battlefields can transform the way you think about survival today. The tactics developed in mud-soaked trenches, snowbound forests and bombed-out cities are more than historical trivia. They are lessons in observation, improvisation and adaptation. On this channel, we go beyond the textbooks to show you how these principles can be applied to modern survival, whether you're navigating dense forests, urban ruins or hostile terrain. Learning from the trenches means understanding the art of concealment. One of the most critical skills on any front line has always been the ability to remain unseen. In the Great War, soldiers learned that a single mistake, a misplaced silhouette, a glint of metal or a poorly covered foxhole, could be fatal. Camouflage, both natural and improvised, became a science. Troops would smear mud over helmets, cover rifles with burlap and foliage, and dig shallow positions that followed the natural contours of the land. From these efforts, we take a simple principle for modern survival. Integration with your environment is everything. Whether you're in a forest, on urban terrain, or in a snowfield, understanding the colours, shadows, and natural patterns around you can allow you to disappear in plain sight. The key isn't just hiding, it's making yourself part of the world around you so that detection becomes almost impossible. Understanding supply management can save your life just as it did in wartime. Supply lines have always determined victory or defeat. During World War II, soldiers and resistance fighters alike faced the constant struggle of managing limited rations, medical supplies, and fuel. Those who thrived did so through careful rationing, repurposing materials, and improvising tools. For the modern survivalist, the lesson is clear. Think ahead, plan for redundancy, and always make the most of what you have. Empty tins can become water collectors, canvas can turn into makeshift shelters, and knowledge of edible plants and water purification can mean the difference between life and death. It's about more than just stockpiling. It's about understanding what resources your environment provides and how to stretch them efficiently, just as soldiers had to do when cut off from support on the front lines. Adapting battlefield tactics to modern survival scenarios gives you an edge. World wars were defined not only by brute force, but by tactical innovation. Soldiers learned to read terrain, predict enemy movement, and coordinate ambushes using minimal resources. Reconnaissance and observation were paramount. Snipers, scouts and forward observers understood that intelligence could outweigh firepower. Modern survival enthusiasts can take this same mindset to their own preparations. Observing patterns, understanding the layout of your surroundings, and planning for contingencies are fundamental. Historical tactics teach us to move silently, position ourselves advantageously, and prepare fallback options. The battlefield becomes a teacher, showing that foresight, adaptability and calculated risk are more valuable than sheer strength alone. Learning from history helps you survive in extreme environments. From the frozen tundra of the Eastern Front to the scorching deserts of North Africa, the world wars pushed soldiers to endure conditions that tested every limit of human resilience. Clothing, shelter and body care weren't luxuries, they were lifelines. Soldiers improvised heated shelters with minimal fuel, layered clothing to trap warmth, and learned to recognize early signs of hypothermia or heat exhaustion. For today's survivalist, these lessons are crucial. They remind us that your environment is a force multiplier. Mastering it rather than resisting it is the most reliable form of protection. Knowing how to insulate, ventilate, and maintain your energy can make a temporary hideout far more effective than a lavish but poorly planned shelter. Testing your knowledge turns theory into practical skill. Reading about history isn't enough. Soldiers survived because they trained relentlessly and learned from mistakes under real-world conditions. Similarly, the survivalist must test their shelters, rations and escape plans. Replicating historical scenarios in a controlled environment allows you to identify weaknesses before you face real threats. Did your shelter retain heat properly? Could you move silently without detection? Could you locate water efficiently? Every experiment, no matter how small, sharpens your ability to endure the unexpected. By combining historical lessons with practical testing, you elevate your preparedness from theoretical to actionable. The past isn't just a story, it's a survival manual written in blood, sweat, and ingenuity. From concealment to supply management, tactical movement to environmental mastery, the world wars offer timeless lessons that can keep you alive and adaptive in extreme situations today. For serious history buffs and survival enthusiasts, the battlefield becomes a classroom, and each lesson learned could make the difference between being ready and being exposed. If you value deep dives into the strategies and survival lessons of history, subscribe to Warfront Survival, hit that bell, and share this knowledge with others who take preparedness seriously. Every share strengthens our community of informed and capable survivalists, ready to learn from the past to survive the present. Stay sharp, stay prepared, and let history guide your path.